It's definitely a relief to be here. We applied for the license in September of 2022. We're now in 2024. We've been patiently waiting through the process, doing it right, doing it by the books. And you know what? I mean, it's challenging because there are regulations, state regulations that the Office of Cannabis Management requires, the OCM, and we knew that these inventory cages had to be reinforced, but we didn't know with what. And so, we called and what does it need to be and how do we need to do it? We want to make sure we do it right. And the best answer that we got was look at a pharmacy and replicate their inventory cage. So this is our vault. This is where we got all our product. This vault alone was strategically crafted with pharmaceutical grade wire mesh to reinforce the ceiling, the walls, same with the live inventory room. So if someone wanted to rob us, they would probably they would injure themselves significantly. The chances of them getting away with it before law enforcement showed up is minimal. I mean, the wire in this wall is so ferocious that, you could probably, bleed to death almost if you really tried to break in. Those safety precautions to avoid theft, I think, is what is the most time consuming. And then obviously the aesthetics of the dispensary. We've got beautiful trim on the wall. We have really nice wallpaper. The display cases were all custom built. Even just getting the glass for the display cases was a whole nother endeavor. I think that finding a glass supplier within budget, getting them out here, that was maybe like a 5 or 6 week process in and of its own because it's really thick glass. And even down to painting the ceiling green. We didn't start with the right green. We had to create our own green, which took a few trial and errors, but we got it right.
How would you describe the smell?
It smells, it does have a hue of weed in here, but it's also very cold in here. So it kind of it magnifies the scent a little bit. And our landlord, he's been cool. He's been willing to work with us.
How'd you find him in the place?
My partner Ray actually knew him. They're both from Bushwick, so.
Yeah, of course. I can talk to you while you smoke. On this right here. Thank you. Dude, really simple. Can you just talk about the context of opening a shop in your neighborhood legally?
Well, long time. It was one of my dreams to, have this. I've been in the business for over 20 years and, running from the cops, being scared, watching my back.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm glad I don't have to be doing no more,
Absolutely.
I've been living here 45 years in Bushwick.
Wow.
So I'm so happy that I'm doing it here in Bushwick, you know?
Yeah.
It's been a long journey,
Do you have family in the neighborhood still?
Yeah. I have a lot of my family.
What do they think of the shop?
Yeah, they love it. They love it. I brought down my son to work with me. I brought down, a couple of family members.
Great.
I have 4 kids.
Oh, great.
I have a granddaughter.
Oh, congrats. That's beautiful.
Getting old, man. I smoke too much.
How much do you smoke a day?
Give or take about 6 blunts.
Yeah.
5 to 6 blunts a day.
Edibles?
Edibles, about 1,000 milligrams in the night times. Cause I from 5 to I do
literally.
Cause I do 200 in the day, and then another 500-600 in the night to go to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm already used to it.
How did you get partnered up with Christina, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we met at a weed convention at the Javits Center. From there, it's a weird story because when I met her at the Javits Center, 3 days later, I see her over here in Bushwick by where I grew up at, same block. And I was like, what the hell are you doing here? And then from there on, we became friends. Then when the thing came up, she was like, why don't we go half on that license. And the weird thing is her magazine is called Emerald.
Yeah.
And that's my granddaughter's name.
Are you serious?
Dead ass. It was like a coinky dinky.
Yeah.
You know? So it all came together. It's like it was meant to be. Now everybody wanna sell weed.
Yeah.
Neighborhood, all these bodegas, all of them have weed in it.
Yeah.
At least 85 to 90% have marijuana inside of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't knock the hustle.
What do you think y'all's customers are gonna be?
My customers are gonna be, I think, people that don't wanna try, they don't like smoking this illegal weed. At the end of the day, they wanna make sure they're getting something, they know what they're smoking.
Yeah.
No pesticides.
Yeah.
So, as we can see, at least in the boroughs, the illegal shops have been booming the last few years.
There's dozens and dozens all over.
It's really crazy. You know what? I've gone into these illegal shops, especially the ones around here. And listen, I'm not intimidated. This industry is hard enough as it is. If they can survive, I mean, their days are limited. They're not going to be able to operate illegally without a license here in the next few years. They're trying to get it in while they can. I can understand that, and I'm not intimidated. I don't feel threatened by them. We're allowed to put ourselves out there. We're allowed to be open and public. These illegal shops, they can't market themselves. They can't advertise themselves. And the products that go into these illegal shops usually are coming from what's called a burner distro. So some licensed distributor in California and Washington and whatever legalized state, they leverage their license and they buy a ton of products and then they ship it out of state.
Gotcha.
And so that's how a lot of these products make it to New York and make it to other markets. It's either that or it's counterfeit products where you're buying the packaging maybe from overseas and then you're putting whatever you want in the box and you're selling that. So, for people that buy from these illegal shops, you have to be cautious about what you're putting into your body and are you okay with maybe ingesting some poison. But that's why at a legal dispensary, everything is tested, everything is regulated, and it's hard. It is hard to get a dispensary. I think people in the illegal market should want to transition over to the legal market because think of it this way, guys. I want to speak to you directly, those of you that are operating out there. You can't put what are you going to do in 10 years when you want to sell your company? You have no books, no legal books to show your revenue. So if you're operating in a legal store now, consider transitioning to the legal market so that all your legwork you can get paid for your work down the road. If you want to exit in 2 years, in 4 years, maybe you've got a great location, maybe you've got a great customer base. You should be able to sell that business legally, but if you're not legal, you will never be able to sell your company. Or maybe you can, but I mean, it's a very short-sighted journey that you're on there. So I would encourage everyone that's got these illegal shops to transition over to the legal market so that at the end of the day, you can get paid for all your legwork, all your effort, make it worth your time.
Anything else you want to say for the YouTube people?
Well, 85 Saddam Street, Emerald Dispensary, we here. We'll be glad to meet you. Much love from Bushwick and the Emerald.
Yeah, the dry race is smart.
I was like, listen, nothing's set in stone yet. The only thing that's stoned is us.